Ba, 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 ba. We're talking about Marvel today.
Oh yeah, there we are.
And the MCU.
Hi, welcome to the Dedicated to the Screens podcast.
Howdy!
We have a name now.
Yes, because we didn't
Yay.
have one last week, did we? I mean, last time, didn't
Hey, we had a group chat. We could have thought of one, but no, we didn't have one.
we?
I
No.
wasn't here last week, sorry.
You were in the group chat.
But yes, I was.
So, you know, you have a little bit to blame. And also, who thought of that name? Who thought of that name?
Oh, stop. Oh, just
I
stop.
think it might have been me. It was. So, today, when it comes to screens, there is no other art form. Well, there's no other world, that universe. Even.
We are going to talk about the Marvel Universe.
There is no other universe that has been done so much lately
Yes.
than Marvel.
Marvel has done a lot of stuff.
It's certainly done a lot.
More
Yeah.
than 20 years worth.
Yeah. There's definitely an oversaturation at the moment.
Yeah,
But
Marvel's not doing too good at the moment.
No.
but
Not at all.
we're going to go, for now, we're going to go back to a simpler time.
Yes.
A simpler time at the moment before the MCU.
Yes.
What were your childhood memories of Marvel?
I can go
Do you
first.
remember?
Yeah, you go, Connor.
Well, if I'm going to start by sharing some early childhood memories, it's got to be the 2002 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film.
Absolutely.
I mean, that really, really gave me so much love for Spider-Man as a Marvel hero, etc.
Yeah.
I can remember, I can't tell you how many times I've watched it, especially when I was a child. But seeing something like that in live action, because at the time I think I was a lot more used to the animated shows. Like some other early memories for me would have to be the X-Men animated series of the 90s and the Spider-Man animated series, which I can talk more about in just a moment. But seeing a live action film, it has to be Spider-Man, that first one, because
Definitely.
I think it's obviously really something to see it brought to life by real people, a real actual setting,
Yeah.
and then you really feel like you're part of that world more, especially all these live action films that have happened.
Not to mention the actors. There was that
Exactly.
first movie.
Oh.
Some of the best
Brilliant.
performances.
Definitely.
Like, it just shows, like, from the recent No Way Home movie, how iconic those films still are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like those,
The
the first two
Yeah.
are. With like Willem Dafoe as a Green Goblin, that's still one of
Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin is still probably up
Definitely.
there as one of the best
Yes.
Marvel
One of the best.
villains to ever appear on the
Yeah.
screen
Yeah.
ever.
I
Live
completely
action-
agree.
Live action
Yeah.
Green Goblin is Willem Dafoe, but
Yeah.
for like an anime, that's just another story. But Willem Dafoe will always stand out as the best Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And also when it comes to the second one, with the complexity of Alfred Molina's Doc Ock.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact they also brought him back as well in No Way
Yeah.
Home. Now that was a golden.
Like when he appeared at the end of the first trailer for No Way Home, I was like, what?
I was in shock. Yeah.
Just like him there going,
Yeah.
hello, Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think because of those flashbacks, that film was great.
It was,
Yeah.
yes.
And the fact that Toby, nobody really 100% knew they were going to come back.
Oh gosh,
And
no.
my
No,
God,
no,
were
neither.
we grateful that they came.
We
Oh, yeah,
always
exactly.
had that hope, and then as soon as the film came out, it really showed that we were right to believe it and hope it.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, No Way Home literally brought all these characters from the past Spider-Man movies back, and like they made them better. It made them better.
It
actually
did.
Biggest one. Jamie Foxx's Electro
Yes.
was a big improvement
Definitely.
because
Yeah.
he was good in Amazing Spider-Man 2, but
Yeah.
he was overshadowed because they once again tried to
Oh.
fill
They
in
did too many.
too many villains,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then this No Way Home was also the closest we got to a Sinister Six and Spider-Man story arc.
And also, the fact that they also did, they also did Sandman better as well.
I know.
Like, I really loved seeing him in there. I think he was one of the stronger bits of Spider-Man 3, for sure.
He was. Because with Sandman, you kind of had this connection with him because he's a villain. He was a villain in the movie, but all he wanted to do was, help his daughter.
Yeah,
And,
he was a very well-rounded character.
He really was.
So someone maybe argue he was more of an anti-villain because he's wanting to do the right thing, but just
to be honest, the Sandman. Sorry for butting. The Sandman has always felt like more of an anti-hero than a villain because because as we saw in the movie, he stole just to try and help his daughter and everything.
Yeah,
which
yeah, definitely. I mean, I think all of them, in a way, are because they have been affected by certain things that are making them do that.
Yeah.
Like with Doc Ock, the fact that he has the claws, which are basically taking over his mind, as well as this sort of persona that Norman Osborn has been possessed by as well with the Green Goblin.
Yeah, and also Green Goblin also had a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde style to him.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there was we had Norman Osborn, the Jackal, and of course his Hyde was the Green Goblin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I was a little bit sad to see him destroy the original mask and
I understand why they did it, and I think it was pretty cool.
It
actually.
was it was
seeing to see more of Willem Dafoe's insanity on his face.
Exactly.
Especially when Tom Holland's just battering him.
Yeah.
And he's just going, ha 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 ha.
That laugh. That laugh. That laugh.
When that was in the trailer for No Way Home, oh my god. I was like, what? This is actually happening.
I know.
It was, it just shows how magic that nostalgia is for those films, and also how they really still stand out as films.
Exactly. Yeah. After 20 years, No Way Home has just showed why the old Spider-Man movies really stood out.
100%. Yeah.
As a beginning for Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
Did anybody play the games as well?
I do remember playing video games, yes. I think there was there were a few Spider-Man games. I've forgotten one. It was a PlayStation 1 or 2 game, and in it, Spider-Man's mentored by Beast from X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Electro's the real big bad there. He's committing a lot of crimes, and Spider-Man has to go after him. But then it's a lot of tutorials where Beast guides him, tells him what to do, and then, when he's ready, I'll leave you to it, and so on. And that's something more as well, because the animated Spider-Man series and X-Men animated series did a crossover.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, the X-Men came into Spider-Man's universe.
Oh,
right. It was definitely Beast, Wolverine, and Storm. I remember that. They came in, Wolverine and Spider-Man had a lot of fighting among them, really. But in the end, they're kind of forced allies because they have to face a common threat.
Interesting.
But I think some of the fights were because Wolverine would think that Spider-Man threatened Beast or hurt him or something, which he didn't. And Storm, well, I don't think Storm got to show off enough of her, shall we say, prowess and powers. Most of the time she was there as just a passive observer, maybe with the next Madam Web or something.
Okay, yeah.
But then again, to have the X-Men Spider-Man in animated series was just amazing, and I would actually hope that's something the MCU thinks about.
Yeah. When it comes to Spider-Man games and everything, I haven't actually played any of the Spider-Man games, but
fair enough.
But I have, watched bits of the newer Spider-Man games that were released, and honestly, what a storyline the first Spider-Man PS4 game had. I mean,
they do look very impressive.
I've actually been playing that.
Nice one. You literally have the introduction of a villain called Mr. Negative.
Oh yeah.
Negative, who's a very electrifying villain.
Oh, that's a good pun.
Yeah,
I like that. Nice. Yeah.
And of course,
group high five.
And of course, Of course, when we saw in another trailer, we had Electro,
Yeah.
Scorpion,
Yeah.
Vulture, the Rhino, the good Rhino.
Oh, we don't talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2. So
No, we
Rhino.
don't.
I am the Rhino. It's just it's.
But to be fair, it made a good pun in
It's not good.
It made a good pun in No Way Home, where Andrew Spider-Man only went up against a Russian in a rhino suit.
That was gold, actually.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I was with you
Yeah.
there, and like we had that joke anyway, so we
Yeah.
just looked at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it also hit, they didn't know after the spell broke and the multiverse was ripping open that Rhino
Yes,
was there. wasn't
Rhino
he?
was there in the sky.
He was,
yes.
yeah.
But
Along with
The proper Rhino.
yes,
Yeah.
along with Scorpion and Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
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 who is also soon to be introduced.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, who ironically was also the Quicksilver of Age of Ultron.
I'm going to be mentioning him later,
Mhm.
but you guys have got to wait for that.
Okay.
But when it comes to me in the games, one game which I had was Spider-Man 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and it was good. As a kid, I only really collected like the movie games, and when it that game is pure nostalgia to me. Like I've even played it recently, and it's mad. Like you even get like Mysterio in there. You get
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of Puma?
Puma.
Puma?
Who? Puma?
Puma. That's a villain in there
Right.
called Puma. Yeah. Rhino's in it as well, which is that's a great level actually. That's you're trying to get him after he breaks out of prison. It's great. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I mean, sure, it's not as high tech as your games, which you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
because obviously it's Game
Yeah.
Boy Advance, but that's pure nostalgia.
I think
Oh,
I had
yeah,
that-
exactly,
I think I had that
exactly.
same game too. I might have had that game as
Oh,
well, but I
nice.
don't think I played it much.
Yeah.
One game I'm thinking of as well, though, is since we're more MCU is now the multiverse. Ever heard of the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions video game?
I have heard of that,
It was for the Xbox 360. I had it for that, and that's where
Go on.
Spider-Man goes head-to-head with Mysterio.
Oh.
And then they steal this sort of ancient tablet in a museum, and then it's like shattered into different fragments, and then all the fragments, ironically, go to other universes with other Spider-Men.
Oh, nice.
Madam Web then contacts Spider-Man saying that he has to find all these fragments, and not just him, the Spider-Man of the other universes. So there's regular Spider-Man, there's the black suit Spider-Man, symbiote Venom suits, and then there's Spider-Man 2099, aka Miguel O'Hara. And
No way, really?
Yeah, really. And
Yeah,
Spider-Man Noir, the fourth one. I think he was originally made for that game, but you'll also remember him from the animated Across the Spider-Verse and Into the
Yes,
Spider-Verse
that's exactly what I was thinking. Of.
Yeah.
So all four
Those
Spider-Man
films are
yeah.
way
Way.
like just so beyond what
Yeah.
anybody else is doing at the moment,
Mm.
apart from Puss in Boots and Last Wish. But that's
another
what
story.
I'm going to say to that. Because I've got a lot of love for that, but we're on a different topic at the moment.
Yes, we are.
But,
so
another film which I wanted to bring up was The Brilliant Blade. Like before the MCU was around or anything like that, there was one film that really sort of brought this all together, and it was a movie starring Wesley Snipes as a vampire killer named Blade.
which, if you hadn't guessed, he goes around killing vampires.
It's awesome,
Yes, it is.
and sure, there's going to be a newer one, but that trilogy.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes being a badass.
it's not gonna be as good as the Wesley Snipes movies. It won't, because I also really love those movies. They are just top tier.
Top tier action. Yeah, I completely agree.
Wesley Snipes is coming back, is he not? For this new Blade, isn't he?
I hope so.
Yeah,
But
so do I.
That club scene at the start of Blade,
Yeah.
where that guy has been sort of lured in by these vampires, and there's like the blood coming out of the sprinklers,
Oh, that was
and
brilliant.
then Blade just comes in and destroys them all. What an introduction to a character!
I know.
Oh.
Could they have picked a better actor?
No, I don't think they could. To be honest,
they couldn't, because Wesley Snipes is the one true Blade.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the third one wasn't the best. Like, it was good that it introduced like Ryan Reynolds was fun in it.
Yeah.
And like having like I liked the ambition of them having Dracula in it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Also,
Well,
fun fact: he was in Legend of Tomorrow, the same actor.
yes, he was. Yes, he
Yeah.
was. He was actually.
Yeah. But that's DC. But it's nice to see that he's stuck to like superhero things.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Ryan Reynolds is now.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, yeah, big time. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, like I think he went from Marvel to DC
Yeah.
Marvel.
to Marvel again,
Back to Marvel.
and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many actors can do that?
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
While we're speaking on the old Marvel stuff, I think we should also talk about the original X-Men movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly X2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
United.
I'll let you
Yeah.
guys chat about that.
Yeah, well,
I've only watched The Last Stand, to be honest.
Well, for
Oh, wow,
X-Men,
okay.
well, for X-Men 2, you know, obviously you've already got the established characters, but then instead of just focusing on maybe the big names of Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Storm, and Professor X, some of the other smaller supporting characters and heroes get their plot and their say now. So you got like obviously Rogue,
Nightcrawler's in
Iceman.
that, right?
Yeah,
Yes, that's the one
Yeah,
next to
yeah.
Nightcrawler, portrayed by what's the actor's
Alan
name?
Cumming? Is that Alan
Yes,
Cumming? Yeah.
Alan Cumming, yeah. Yeah, and I think he was fantastic in that role, but
Mm.
sadly, I think because of all the prosthetic makeup, it discouraged him from wanting to return.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
didn't like that.
I
I've heard
think
about that.
I think villain-wise for that movie,
Mm.
Brian Cox as William Stryker.
Yes.
Okay.
He
Yes.
was brilliant in that movie.
Yeah,
I haven't
Like,
seen it, but I do appreciate
Yeah,
Ryan
and it
Cox.
really
Yeah.
does, I think, add a new perspective, you know, because when you think of X-Men, obviously you're going to think of Magneto, who is in that film,
yeah,
but
he
they
is.
are briefly
Yeah.
allies with Magneto to try and stop
See, like-
Stryker.
Played by Sarah McKellen.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've obviously no, actually, you know what? I have seen the first one. Sorry, guys. Like, as well as like, I think Magneto and Professor X, their sort of rivalry yet friendship, just brings it all together.
It
Like
does.
that is the foundation of the X-Men.
The
Exactly.
iconic Nick friendship / rivalry
Yeah.
between Professor X and Magneto is what makes the X-Men universe so iconic.
Without a doubt.
Exactly.
Because it's like they were once friends, and now they were enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously one went to start the Brotherhood of Mutants, the other one went to start the X-Men.
the X-Men,
the
yeah.
X-Men.
But then, no matter
Xavier's
what-
Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Gifted youngsters, and you know
Yeah.
what? The irony is, they could like fight at each other's throats non-stop, but then they'll always be there for each other. on
Yeah,
their day.
Exactly.
Have you have you guys seen that SNL sketch where like they just make them out to be like really weird? It's just like, no, you mustn't use your powers like that. It's just like it's like a really it's like a family game show where like
Oh, you know
and
what?
like Rogue's there, and I think she like touches some like one of the other
Yeah.
Oh, right,
people.
don't say
So
that.
like, oh my god, no! Rogue, no!
Oh boy.
But like, I think the foundation of like Xavier and Magneto as well is like really well done in like First Class and like the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
prequel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's where I think they started to build X-Men back up
They
after
did,
the original
yeah.
trilogy, Origins Wolverine, and
Yeah. Wolverine, that was
yeah,
something. Yeah,
it was.
mind you, Sabretooth and Logan, that was great. Like, I
Yeah.
think that was a very clever thing for them to do. Like
Yeah.
basically, Sabretooth being like that unstoppable force.
Oh yeah,
For
exactly.
Wolverine.
Mm.
Except in Origins Wolverine, are they not like brothers? They're not meant to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
brothers, are
Yeah,
they?
they're brothers.
Yeah, they're not blood-related brothers. I mean, are they?
I think
I
they
think
are.
because like at the start, yeah,
Because
because
it
like
was-
they're younger and they're
Yeah.
in that house. And like,
Yeah, exactly.
correct us if we're wrong, people. Like if
Well, I suppose it's just
yeah.
I thought that when I first saw the animated series, like they were kind of like brothers, but like
Mm.
just friendship brothers.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
heart. But then to see them maybe as actual family, that's definitely something. Because
I-
then it's again,
Yeah.
it's maybe something else like Professor X and Magneto, but it's maybe a lot more deeper.
I think for the movie they might have done that for like cinematic creative purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sort of like being like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be better if they were brothers?
Yeah, true.
That kind of thing.
And
So,
also we got William Stryker as the main villain again.
Yeah.
But he was played by the actor Danny Hudson.
Oh yeah, that's right. Of course it is. Yeah.
Another one who jumped into DC, who was in that Wonder Woman movie, the first one.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
he plays. Oh, what was the
He plays the main bad boy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Well, kind of the
Kind
main
of.
villain.
Kind
He
of,
was
yeah.
more like, should we say, almost like a host or a test subject. Or like someone
Yeah.
And
But that's DC.
That's DC. But then it's actually ironic to see him being someone's puppet when he was the one pulling the strings of everyone else in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
I think now we should move on to
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
MCU,
And we're going to start off where it all began with Phase 1.
Yes, we are basically going to analyze what has been happening with the strengths and the weaknesses of the wonderful world that is the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So, without further ado,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a poet and I didn't know it.
Yes.
So, overall, Phase 1 is actually very strong.
Phase 1 basically did something that hasn't been done before. It made these separate movies, but it built them up to, of course, Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, it was essentially to establish the characters, so we can bring them together for a big old battle.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is very essential. It can be done in any kind of format or franchise. They
exactly.
stand out in their own stories, and then everyone else is getting their star somewhere else, and then eventually.
I'll tell you who does that very well. On a side note, Russell T Davies in Doctor Who. Because the finales that he did, they always really brought things together.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that's very good writing. With
maybe that's
with the
MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we could save for the end. Maybe Russell T Davies should step into the future of MCU if he wants. But then
we shall see.
Yeah,
he is a part of Disney, so technically now would, but I mean, of course. What are your thoughts on the movies and which ones are your particular favourites, guys?
Well, for me, I think Iron Man 1 will always be the one that started it all.
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
It is,
It's so good.
And of course, then we had Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, all of these films, all of the first movies, the introduction movies.
Yeah,
they bring something so different.
They do.
Well, essentially an origin story. That's one thing that always I think people or fans are going to look for when it comes to a certain hero in Marvel.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Again, Chris Evans was the Human Torch in the original Fantastic Four films, and now he's in a sense a leader himself as Captain America.
He was. Yeah, he is. But I just love the way that they did 4-1, introduced us to the Tesseract and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
And then in Captain America, they brought it back and had Red Skull and Hydra use it to make weapons.
Absolutely. And not to mention bringing in all these films, bringing the additional things that we with Iron Man, of course, it introduces properly to Nick Fury.
Yes, exactly.
Then with Iron Man 2, brought Black Widow into it.
Yeah.
4 brought in Loki.
Yeah.
First Avenger.
And then
Nick Fury was in it again.
Yes, exactly. Let's not forget the Incredible Hulk, though, because
that's true. Yeah.
We introduced, and although Hulk was recasted in the Avengers movie, it did give us a good start with the Hulk.
Yeah, Edward Norton's always a good actor.
Oh, exactly.
He is played. There's a pattern with his work.
Mm-hmm.
He always plays. Well, a lot of his characters are people with split personalities. Fight Club.
Oh.
He has Brad Pitt's Tyler Durden. Spoilers. Obviously, there's Primal Fear, where he pretends to have a split personality. Spoilers! And then there's, of course, the Hulk, who is obviously, he turns into the Hulk. Spoilers!
Just try not to get too
Yeah.
angry, folks.
Actually, that's not that much of a spoiler because if you know the Hulk, you know what he does.
Yes, you do.
He gets angry, he turns into a big green boy,
Exactly.
and smashes things.
Yes, exactly.
You could even say it's smashing.
Wah, wah, wah,
Devilishly smashing.
Well, I was happy with that. But yeah, overall, I think the MCU, the Phase 1, is it's very strong.
Yeah, Phase 1 of the
Incredibly
Infinity
strong.
Saga.
The Avengers Assemble movie, they did the right choice of making Loki the main
Yes.
villain.
Yes.
Absolutely. And also, not introducing the big bad
Yes.
too soon,
Yeah.
Yes.
which
They introduced
a lot of other things, like
Yeah.
DC made that big
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Now
But we
now
did.
look where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
But we did get a little glimpse at the overarching big bad
Yes.
of the Infinity
When
Saga.
he did this, if you're not watching on YouTube, this isn't going to make much sense, but it's just when he looks at the camera away and it kind of looks to the side when he's like grinning. I believe they changed the actor of Thanos as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fun little fact for you there. But Josh Brolin, we'll get to him in a bit. So, should we move on to Phase 2?
Yes, we
Yes,
shall.
So, this one is incredible. Like, it's not as strong, but it's still pretty good.
I mean, I'd still say it's pretty strong because you had movies like Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
Yes.
Iron Man 3.
Like,
You had
Iron Man 3 wasn't amazing. Like, it was alright. Like, but I think the two best in here are definitely Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, the fact that that was just like something that not many people had really heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's this massive cultural phenomenon.
It is, yeah. Like, I can still remember seeing that
The
first
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I saw
are
that
now-
3 times in cinema.
I
The
think I
Gu-
only saw it once, but still, I think it started out as something completely new and fresh that I'd never heard much of in Marvel, like you're saying.
I didn't even know about it. I didn't
Yeah.
even know of it.
Yeah, I didn't know much about them either, but until I watched the movie and
Yeah.
everything.
And then obviously your first thought of in has to be, now come on, Marvel, you're not just going to give us this one film, and of course they haven't.
Yeah.
They've gone
Yeah,
all the way with the Guardians.
yeah, they did.
And of course, like, it introduced us more kind of to the Celestials and like the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, the
properly,
Infinity Stones. Yeah,
as a concept.
and also, the Mad Titan himself appears again for
Yes.
a bit in the Guardians of the Galaxy, which still continues on the fact that the MCU, everything is connected.
Yes.
Like, and that's the big thing that makes the MCU so good. The Infinity Saga. Anyway, it's because everything felt so connected. It felt like it belonged in the same universe.
And they didn't rush it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't just go straight in.
Yeah.
Which is always good.
Yes.
Like, because you don't want just everything fed at you all at once.
No, you don't.
Which we're getting to.
Yes, we are.
But, yeah, like, I feel like in For the Dark World, we did get introduced to, like, something else, didn't we?
We got introduced to the
Remind me.
The Aether, which of course that is the Reality Stone.
Yes. Like they were making their way to the Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
But very slowly, and that's what we needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so everybody knew what was going on.
And also, I'm just going to say it, I really liked For the Dark World. A lot of people say it wasn't great, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean, Christopher Eccleston is a villain. Like, I know him best to stop I always will.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now I'm seeing something else, I think, after quite some time.
Malekith.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of great roles that Christopher Eccleston's done.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't bad at all. And, like, I think people give that way too much of a hard time.
Exactly.
And it's not even the worst Thor movie.
No, it's not.
But, like, it's you know, it's good. Like, I like Dark World. I think it does, like, it doesn't make, it isn't too laugh a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what we're getting at the moment.
Which is something that the MCU really put a lot more of in.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a bit.
And also, like, what a finale movie, Ant-Man.
I know.
Like, it's literally smaller scale.
Yeah, exactly. Especially
Like,
since we had Avengers movie
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the Age of Ultron wasn't as good as the original Avengers.
No.
No.
Like, I think they could have done more with Ultron.
I think one of the
Yeah.
best things that movie did to us was introducing Wanda.
Yes.
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 By far. Wanda is
Scarlet
just...
Witch and Quicksilver, yeah.
Wanda at the moment is one of my favorite Marvel characters. She's just
Yeah. me
I
too.
need more Wanda. I need more Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she is coming back, personally.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, Ant-Man, great film. I
Mm.
think Scott Lang and just the gang, bringing in Louise as well, who everybody loves.
Oh, Louise.
Brilliant character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and
Michael Pena.
I think this was Ant-Man at their strongest.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Bring the size up
But
more.
it was good. It was
It
a
was,
really
yeah.
fun film, and it's
Yeah.
one that I come back to quite a lot, actually.
And it's also, like you said, it's a good movie to have after Avengers: Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like a simple,
Yeah.
a simple
Like,
movie.
it doesn't need to be too complicated.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's just fun. It's
Exactly.
good family
All new,
fun.
like,
It
size
is,
on
yeah.
the MCU.
There's a massive Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, do you know,
I
when
mean-
I saw that, I don't think I'd ever thought of or seen anything Thomas the Tank related for so long until that film.
Yeah. Just that fight scene where they're like coming together and like it just topples over.
I know.
When inside the briefcase, I'm gonna disintegrate you, and then the song.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Just think,
And-
like, so much
and,
happening
of
in
course,
small scale.
Ant-Man also felt like it was connected as, you know, the villain of this movie. He was planning on selling the Yellow Jacket suit to
Yeah.
Hydra.
You know what? I didn't think that villain was that. I thought what's his face was good.
Mm.
Was it Ian Bob Thorne or something? Like that?
No.
Why has that name come to my head?
You're thinking about Reverse Flash from the...
Oh, I am.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Oh, and also, we can't forget about Captain America Winter Soldier.
What a great
because
film.
What a film that was. To be honest with you, I think all of the Captain America films are just spot on.
Yeah, like they always bring something new as
Yeah.
well. Like Captain America, like First Avenger felt fun. It was in the 40s.
Yeah, exactly.
It was kind of a camp all time. But when we went into Winter Soldier, it felt very grounded and
It
very
did.
in the zeitgeist of like the modern day.
Not to mention the fact that Steve found out that his best friend Bucky
Yeah.
was alive, and now he's a Hydra agent, the Winter Soldier.
I loved how Arnim Zola was still alive.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Consciousness. Toby Jones, what an actor.
I know, and also I just love the fact that they revealed that Shield all this time was Hydra.
I know.
I was like, what?
Oh,
And to think S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to be like the one you could
Gen-
trust, like Captain America's like new team and
Yeah.
friends.
now that was genuinely one of the best plot twists
I
the
know.
MCU's ever done.
Yeah. And to be honest, Hydra themselves, one of the best villain factions
Yeah.
well, possibly the best villain faction, because whenever you think of Marvel for villain groups and everything, you're always going to think of Hydra
Definitely. Yeah.
because they're
no doubt.
so iconic.
And like, there's bound to be some still around
Mm.
in that world, and
Yeah.
like that is really quite exciting.
I also like how they continued the Hydra war in the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
a little bit of that. I thought it was very clever.
It's a very good TV show. If you both haven't watched it all,
Like,
I watched it.
I watched a few episodes at the start, and
Yeah.
I thought it was great when I found out that one of the main characters was actually a Hydra agent.
Yeah, so did I.
Brilliant.
And also they brought back Phil Coulson.
Oh yeah,
Phil
yeah.
Coulson.
We love a bit of Clark Gregg as
Yeah.
Phil Coulson
Phil
actually
Coulson.
was in a way the catalyst to bring the Avengers together,
Mm.
and they thought he died, but really he didn't, and now
Yeah.
and then he went
Yeah.
on his own show and venture.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. I think they need to bring him back, to be honest. Like,
They do.
I liked
True
seeing
that.
him in a certain film, which we're going to get to very soon, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're basically on it now.
We are
phase
May
3.
3.
Phase
Yeah.
3.
And I'm just going to say it.
Speak of the boy, it's Captain America again.
Yeah, exactly.
Civil War.
Oh, Civil War.
That's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Now, why is this Civil War? Because the Avengers go head to head with one another.
It's awesome.
Seriously, the fact that Iron Man, the brains, Captain America, the heart of the Avengers, are now fighting against each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
And like,
you never expect it.
like even though there were so many characters in there, each of the Avengers had their time to shine.
Exactly, yeah.
And also, of course, bringing in Spider-Man.
Yes. There is something,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Tom Holland as Spider-Man
Yeah.
won me over instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I was kind of, on the sidelines about it.
Yeah.
But instantly, he just grabbed my attention.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And also, we had the introduction of Black Panther as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mr. Magician Boy himself, Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, we also forgot to talk about Vision. Vision appeared.
Vision!
Yeah,
Vision!
Oh my god!
Ultron.
We didn't talk about Vision! We talked about Wanda, but we didn't talk about Vision!
I know, because they have their own show.
Yeah! WandaVision! WandaVision! WandaVision!
But yeah, even like there was a split as well between those two because Wanda was like on Team Cap and Vision was on Team Iron Man, and you had the same feeling that you had with Captain America and Iron Man fighting in between each other with those two characters because we kind of knew that they had something going on, and it was kind of like, having them fight. I was like, oh, so they're not going to get together now, are they?
Wanda's into robots. Wanda wants to, but no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Like you're saying, Ben, they do have something going on, but then I think it's really maybe got to attack more the hearts of fans when Iron Man finds out the truth in Civil War. His truth that Bucky, the Winter Soldier, Captain America's best, closest friend, kills his mother and father.
That was a great plot
even
twist.
though he maybe didn't know what he was doing, but can you really blame Tony Stark for then wanting to go full on, I'm going to end this guy's life.
Yeah.
Don't get in my way.
Yeah.
Or he's my friend. So was I.
Oh, that line. I like the whole twist that Bucky actually took out Howard Stark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
And also, we have to talk about the man who's really behind the Avengers fighting between each other. Baron Zemo.
Yes, Daniel Bruhl played that brilliantly.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him, honestly, because I want to see more of him.
Yeah,
because
I think we will.
I hope so, because
he has to return.
Yeah.
No, if there's going to be any time that he will be, it's going to be in the next Captain America movie.
Most likely.
Hope so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
That it's a very strong movie. That
it is
incredibly,
really.
But when I said Doctor Strange before, I didn't realize you guys were still talking about Civil War. So this is when we go into Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
When we are introduced to the magic world.
Yeah.
And also our boy Wong.
Yeah.
Wongers!
Not to mention the fact that we were introduced to Doctor Strange, played by one of our favourite actors, Benedict Cumberbatch.
The Time Stone.
Yeah, the Time Stone.
Yeah. There's just so many cool parts of it.
I know.
And Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Matt Nicholson was playing one of the villains.
Yeah. Even Scott Adkins was in that.
Scott Adkins
was in that.
Yeah, boy.
Not for long, but he was in it.
Oh yeah.
But I think the visuals are stunning in it. With the Mirrorverse, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it's just a whole new, like, it's the fact that Marvel are still surprising us with new
Exactly.
things.
Not to mention the fact that they introduced Dormammu.
I've come to bargain.
Yeah. I hope we get to see more of Dormammu in the future.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I think with the next Doctor Strange movie, I think that's entirely possible. To
Oh,
be honest.
yeah.
Yeah. When Charlize Theron's coming into it and all that stuff.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Charlize Theron. Can't go wrong with Charlize Theron.
No, you cannot.
And then there's, of course, the Return of the Guardians, which is never a bad thing in my book. They are just like Guardians of the Galaxy is probably my favourite series when it comes. Well, it's up there.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there as one of my favourite series of you know.
Like, mainly because of the strength of James Gunn's storytelling.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the characters are like just so individual and like quirky and unique to the MCU as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also introducing
Ego,
the planet.
Yeah, played by Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yes.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. And then Mantis was introduced as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Who's now basically a staple of Guardians of the Galaxy.
And of course, they started with Nebula as well.
Yes.
They gave a bit more depth to Nebula and Gamora's relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the unfortunate loss of our boy Yondu.
I know.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Honestly.
You know, if I had to say one of my favourite lines in that movie.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
He may have been
No.
Oh, I'm Mary
Poppins, y'all!
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. But that's the one I was meaning as well, Connor. That made me cry.
I did.
And like when actually another thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy, the soundtracks.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
They stand out so much more than almost every Marvel film.
Yeah. Like when Father and Son by Cat Stevens starts playing and like they're remembering Yondu and like the fireworks and stuff. It's,
Yondu. The Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favourite teams, but Yondu will always and forever be one of my favourite characters from those movies.
Same.
Because he's Mary Poppins, y'all!
He's Mary Poppins, y'all!
Mary Poppins! And if he ever whistles, watch yourself.
Yeah. And also, of course, Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, takes the mantle of basically Yondu's powers with the arrow.
Yes, exactly.
I'm trying to remember what his character's name is. Do you guys know what his character name is?
I can't remember.
He's like the right-hand man of Yondu.
He is.
Yeah. I like the character a lot, actually.
Exactly. So do I.
And then Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, Homecoming.
Finally, Tom Holland Spider-Man gets
a
solo film.
Another very layered character. Who, like, the Vulture, Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah.
He's basically trying to provide for his family.
Yeah, exactly.
And feels like the world's kind of just screwed him over.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
And
that was really interesting to watch. And also getting to know Peter Parker more. Which was a joy.
Exactly. And of course, we were also introduced to his best friend, Ned.
Yeah. And MJ.
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Yeah. Except in that film, she's always just more of the background.
Yeah. Because he's always trying to impress the other girl.
Yeah, exactly. Who's
actually the daughter of the Vulture.
Exactly.
Like what? That was a great plot twist.
I know it was.
Yeah.
And then of course, we had his cronies as well.
Yes, I liked them actually. I thought that was a really nice touch. Like,
one of them was meant to be the Shocker. Was that the name?
Yeah.
There's a villain that actually stood out in the Spider-Man animated series. That he stands out in quite a bit of sort of like, shall we say, criminal spandex and so on. And then obviously goes around.
Kinky. Sorry, I couldn't have said.
Goes around, obviously, maybe should we say, giving you a shock.
Oh, shocking! And also, of course, we got introduced to Prowler, Don Bluth,
Yes.
Yeah.
who
Howler.
of course showed up in Across the Spider-Verse,
Yeah,
which
did.
was awesome to see.
It was, yeah.
Like that was a really
Absolutely.
lovely surprise.
Whenever I think of the Shocker, in that movie, I always think about Keaton just going, "Oh, I'm the Shocker. I shock people."
Yeah.
Oh. And of course, we can't forget about the Tinkerer. The Tinkerer.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
great character actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main one which I think of when it comes to the Vulture's sort of like
Yeah. Because
friends.
the Vulture wouldn't have all of his technology if it wasn't for the Tinkerer.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the Tinkerer. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, because like he was the brains.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. And Shocker was vaporized at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of also have to admit as well in this Spider-Man like universe, like Peter's being mentored by one of the top Avengers. Iron Man.
He is. Yeah.
He really wants,
Yeah, that's true.
He really wants to live up to his like potential, his standards, and like make him proud and all. So it's like in a sense, maybe Tony's almost like maybe more than a mentor, maybe almost like a father figure.
Fun fact as well. Gwyneth Paltrow didn't know which Marvel movie she was making.
Oh, right.
She didn't realise it was Spider-Man.
Right.
She was just kind of there.
So that actually adds to the ending where she comes back out and waiting for the kids to get interviews. She did really seem very shocked and surprised. So maybe the acting really was surreal then.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then we get to Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, like the rest of the films in Phase 3, apart from one, were actually incredibly strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Thor Ragnarok was directed by the great Taika Waititi.
I love that man.
Yeah.
I love him. He's great.
And he did a really great job with Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, and
hands down. Yeah.
Introducing us to a lot of great characters, and another side to space. Because we'd only really seen it in Guardians of the Galaxy. But then
exactly.
We see all these other elements.
Exactly.
Of course, bringing back Loki.
Yeah. Introducing us to one of my all-time favorite villains, Hela.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thor and Loki's like sister. Who'd have ever imagined that she'd finally, return?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's a reason they call her the goddess of death.
Yes.
Because that fight scene where she took out the entire Asgardian army, wow.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think Hela was definitely one of the stronger villains that the MCU's ever had.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah, and like I'd love to see more of them. Like more of Kate Blanchett in anything.
Yeah,
is good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna say I'll third that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a great film and a roller coaster of a movie as well.
It's just a powerful.
Not to mention, mate, we had our boy Kyle Uber in it as well, Carl Urban, yeah.
It's Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban. Yeah.
Kyle Uber?
I don't know.
Is that just a guy called Kyle from Uber? Hi, this is Kyle from Uber.
Stop.
I'm at your door now.
Stop. Should I just said
this is gonna have to become like a character in the podcast now. Kyle from Uber.
Uber, you can go and see any.
Oh, sorry guys, I have to go. Kyle from Uber's here.
Would it have been better if I just said Billy Butcher?
Yeah.
Butcher.
Mind you, it would have got less laughs.
Fair enough.
I love you, dude. Don't worry.
I know.
But yeah, from one legend to another, Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Which it's quite an emotional film to watch now.
Yeah.
Considering Chadwick's passing.
Well, especially the second one that was just last year.
Yeah, but like the fact that like we only got to see like one full movie as with Chadwick as the Black Panther.
Not to mention introducing us to the absolute breathtaking world of Wakanda.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, my dudes.
Wakanda's culture and the look of it in that movie. Oh my god. It was just like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. And like we got introduced to some brilliant villains.
We did.
Like we'd already been introduced to Ulysses Claw in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, we were.
But like the whole scene where like I only watched this again not too long ago, but it just made me appreciate that whole casino escape car chase scene even more.
With the arm cannon thing, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that he's played by Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Oh, Andy Serkis.
Like one of my personal favourite actors. I mean, like he's played some of the most iconic characters in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Even like CGI.
He was Sneaker. He was Sneaker. Like he is the master of motion capture, but like it just shows like I mean the fact that he is incredible out of that as well. He's so good at what he does.
Exactly.
Any opportunities I've seen be himself like in person in a film, as well as like
I agree.
Gollum or General Grievous, it's just as phenomenal.
I completely agree, and like he was so like. You hated him, but you loved him as Ulysses Claw.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, the worst thing about that film is that they killed him off.
Yeah, it was. It was. He did not get enough time in that movie.
Yeah, but then again, they say the next film does kind of break the ground. Maybe a bit more than him, the way that his backstory is. But no, Andy Serkis was definitely a fantastic choice.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and of course,
our boy Killmonger.
Killmonger, yeah.
Another of my personal favourite villains.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, and he was also fantastic in Wakanda Forever too.
Yeah.
As the sort of afterlife that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like really good. I mean, the only good thing about the Ulysses Claw's death was that it was a device to bring Killmonger to Wakanda.
Exactly.
To be like, look, I have killed him. Now I want to prove myself.
Exactly.
And Michael B. Jordan is just so like you just love to hate that character. Like it's just even more satisfying when he gets beaten.
Yeah, it is. But it is.
You understand his motives because of like what happened when he was younger and stuff, and like it's very well.
But it's then also a bit of irony as well, him taking power, overthrowing King T'Challa. Chadwick's character. But then it's also that in a sense, it maybe brings the Jabari tribe back into the fold.
The Jabari tribe. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
M'Baku. Hang on 1 second. I have a little M'Baku here.
Oh, do you really?
Little M'Baku. Actually, I also have a little General Okoye as well. 1 second.
Alright.
I love myself some Black Panther, guys. Black Panther is just epic. These are specifically from Wakanda Forever. But look at the little bobbly heads, bobbly. But yeah. Like I love M'Baku and Okoye. They're just so badass.
I know, guys.
And
they really are.
The Dora Milaje are just some of like the most epic, like strong women, strong Wakandan women. Like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they basically just kicked their asses.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Like there was no point even trying.
There was no point in trying because they were some of the finest warriors that you could find in Wakanda.
And like not to mention like the music they have.
Oh yeah.
It's like shivers. Like
It's like you say as well, hands down, don't mess with the Wakandan warriors. Like it's like Okoye says in the first Black Panther film, she's like guns, so primitive.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, honestly, I would actually agree with her. Why use guns when the Wakandans have like enough
vibranium spears?
Yeah,
that's true. But anyway, speaking of, there's a very big Wakandan battle in this next film.
Oh yeah.
And this is the film where it has all been leading to.
Yes.
All these films build up to the most, personally, my favourite Avengers film.
Of the Infinity Saga.
Ever.
Hence the name.
That is in Infinity War.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Yep. Now, who'd have ever thought, that they would bring all of these beloved Marvel characters into one film that's like up to 2 or 3 hours long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if the Academy
Mm-hmm.
took superhero films more seriously,
Yeah, yeah.
then Josh Brolin would have been nominated for Thanos.
Oh, yeah, he would have.
Because that performance is insane.
It is. Not to mention the fact that it's just put Thanos at the very top of the MCU villains because he is, will forever be the greatest MCU villain of all time.
Yeah. Like, he is the guy who beat them all.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. The fact that they're setting up Kang to be the next big bad, and apparently he's going to have all these variants, fighting against the Avengers and everything. Yeah. Maybe Thanos only needed one of himself to defeat them all.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like he had his additional guys and warriors, but really, all he needed was his self.
Yeah, exactly. And the gauntlet.
And the gauntlet, yeah. But there was a reason he got that though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
And he knew how to use that gauntlet. It was like, I have been waiting all my life for this.
Not to mention his armies, the armies he has. Yeah,
literally. He was already powerful before the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
People were bowing down to him.
Yeah, exactly.
In fear. And everything Thanos has done without the Gauntlet.
Exactly.
In the movie, the scene of the flashback we get of how Gamora came to be under his wing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really something. That's really what Thanos builds up to, it's like him taking away 50% of a population. But
speaking of, did Thanos have a point?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to Eternals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
I suppose it's best to wait till
I get you.
But no, just Thanos really stands out. Just think about how head-to-head he went with literally every one of them.
Not to mention the fact that he had possibly one of the most badass fights of the entire MCU. The fact that he used the gauntlet to pull a planet or something out of the sky. Yeah.
And the way we'd never seen Hulk ever be beaten like that.
No, exactly.
He just that was just kind of mind blowing.
Thanos pummeled Hulk to a crisp.
He didn't even need the gauntlet there.
No,
really.
He didn't.
He just straight up kicked it off.
Yeah, exactly.
He had one of the stones, but no, he didn't really.
He didn't use it though.
No. And the fact that there were a lot of devastating deaths in that show.
Yeah, but what?
In the film. Loki, for one, the Loki we all knew and loved.
Yeah,
died.
Exactly.
Was it
Heimdall?
Heimdall,
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
That was a shame. There's quite a few.
I know.
And the ending is one of the most devastating.
Yeah.
When you hadn't seen Endgame.
Oh yeah.
And watching that in the cinemas it's just whoa.
Yeah.
This is.
Not to mention the fact the Avengers Infinity Saga just came up.
Should have gone for the head. Yeah.
No.
I've got a little. Do you remember that Infinity ring?
Yeah, I do.
It was like an Infinity Gauntlet, but a ring.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Just one snap of the fingers and Thanos completes his task.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need to watch Avengers Infinity War again because that movie, I just love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best Avengers films of all time.
Yeah. I think it is. It is the best. Sure, people say that it's Endgame.
Yeah.
I personally think it's that. Generally.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was quite a bit of a drop. When it comes to quality, but it was all right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was fun. It's not the worst Ant-Man movie.
No, definitely.
Well, we're
not.
getting to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although then the post-credit scene bridges it to Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, he jumps into the quantum realm,
That's true.
and then everyone's like been dusted away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it was important to have. It was
Exactly.
important to
Yeah.
have. And then we went into Captain Marvel straight after
Yeah.
that. There were some good things about this film. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, exactly. There were.
I don't think it's a terrible film.
No, it isn't.
Like Brie Larson didn't do a bad job.
No, she didn't.
But I just don't think the character's that interesting. I think I blame the character personally. It's like I've never really had a connection with Superman because he's just this strong guy who can do everything. It's like that's what I like about Batman when it comes to DC. The fact that he has to use his brains. He has to use like everything.
He has to build his own.
Yeah,
exactly. He has to build his own weapons. He has to use all of that.
Yeah.
Superman's just got powers and anything's possible. That's something you really don't maybe seen a lot of superheroes.
Yeah,
but with Captain Marvel, I suppose. Well, one of the things that you have to maybe say about Captain Marvel though is, in a sense, I think she just really wanted to maybe be her own person or really to figure out who she is and where she wants.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
That's one of the things I think I did like about the film, other than, of course, well, here we go to another legend, Stan Lee, his cameo in that.
Oh,
Stan
Lee. And Captain Marvel's smile at him. Will always...
I got a pop figure of Stan Lee too!
Hey, true believers!
It's a suit. Hey, Excelsior! Yeah, boy.
We love you so much, Stan Lee.
We do, Stan Lee.
too.
But to be fair, with Captain Marvel, I really felt like they did Jude Law a disservice.
It was a very bland character.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been some kind of supervillains in Marvel.
Yeah, they have.
They brought back Ronan, though, who was the villain of...
That was good.
Yeah.
But then again, I do think a bit of disservice there. Well, then again, I know that was maybe before he has his big, spot in the battle arena.
Yeah.
Even though that film happened first.
And also we get introduced to the Skrull as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Skrull, I think, they're a really interesting concept, but Doctor Who thought of it already. Cough, cough, Zygons.
Yeah.
But
with the scroll in the MCU at the time, we could look forward to what comes next for them until until I watch Secret Invasion.
Anyway,
Now we move on to
we'll talk about Secret Invasion in a bit. Because we kind of have to. Avengers Endgame.
Of course.
The second best.
In
my opinion.
Aftermath of Infinity War.
I think it's without a doubt got one of the best intros of any.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get Hawkeye finally. He wasn't in Infinity War.
Yes.
And now here we are
Absolutely.
with him. He finally sees
my
it.
God.
How could they have not included him in the action? But now he's only getting involved. But then again, I suppose after Age of Ultron, when you see he has a family, he's got 2 children, a third one on the way. But then it's like he wants to be more of a family man. And then Thanos is snapping away 50% of the universe.
Then he becomes Ronin.
And he goes down a really dark path.
So it's like, his Avengers blood, he can't just run away from it. It's coming back. But then again, he's going down a more darker path until Natasha Black Widow finds him.
I love what they did with that whole story in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
We'll get to that as well.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. This film. It's just watching that film in the cinema. I had no idea what was happening.
No,
I had no idea what was going to go on. It was so nice to just be so surprised and it's now become one of the most iconic films ever.
Well, exactly, because time travel
is finally possible.
And I loved the callback with Thor when he cuts off Thanos.
Thanos' head.
I went for the head.
Yeah.
I think also linking in to how they basically started the new variant of Loki, which is in the Loki series, which I'm enjoying a lot. Yeah, and just the battle at the end.
Oh, I know.
is
Yeah.
amazing. Just
Yeah.
like everybody. There's everyone there.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone.
Well,
Yeah,
Well-
even Howard the Duck's there.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the
Actually-
mother ducking duck.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Black Widow's not
He
there
is.
at the end.
Oh,
Remember, which we could
Oh.
also we could maybe get to.
Oh.
So the big plot line
That's true,
is
yeah.
they find out
R.I.P.
from Ant-Man being in the quantum realm how he was then finally set free. A lot of time hadn't really passed there for him when it had in the real world,
Yeah.
and then how he comes back and then finds Cassie all grown up.
Not
But
to
then,
mention the, you know how they got the Soul Stone and everything. Also,
Yeah.
the fact that they found out that Red Skull was alive.
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, not Hugo Weaving, who was the original, but you know.
It was who was it again? Oh, it was Ross Marquand as Red Skull there,
Oh, I
who
don't
was in Walking Dead. I know that.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Aaron in The Walking Dead. That's his character there.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're so to reiterate as well,
Kyle
Hawkeye.
Schnuber, yeah.
So to reiterate the Hawkeye, arc of him going down that dark path until Black Widow finds him and then asks him to join the cause again, the Avengers.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you just see how they're getting the Soul Stone. They're both fighting over who needs to go, who needs to die for the stone to finally be claimed.
Yeah.
So let's just say, obviously, Hawkeye wanted to do that because of the path he'd gone down, maybe essentially, and maybe he didn't want his family to come back to that.
Yeah.
But then Natasha, Black Widow, my God, she makes what?
She makes like a massive sacrifice.
Yeah, she
Exactly. A
does.
massive
She
sacrifice.
does.
Yeah.
When you just think about how this is also something to get to in a little while
Yeah.
soon, but she has a family too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much
Yeah.
as Hawkeye,
Yeah.
but still, she gives her life in spite of that. And then Hawkeye lives, gets the stone, and then they get to bring everybody back.
That's a thought, actually.
Mhm.
She says that she doesn't really have a family.
Oh. Okay.
And like, you know, like, oh, you should go because like you have more to live for.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks for them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it really does break
Yeah.
your heart so much for Black Widow.
Yeah. Exactly.
That kind of sucks for her family, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Right.
Imagine if Hawkeye told her that.
Mhm.
It's like, oh yeah, because she had like less to live for.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Hawkeye's sister. Like, what are you talking? What is this? What? The fuck? That was my attempted Russian accent. I haven't done a Russian accent in ages, actually.
And not just
Mrs. Scarlett Johansson would not do that to me.
No,
But anyway.
no.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, to
yeah.
wrap up.
No.
But
And to
anyway,
wrap up
to wrap up
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame, it
Yeah.
definitely was a lot for a lot of people. It definitely signaled an end of an era in Marvel
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I think this was a breaking point for a lot of people.
it was.
Because it had peaked.
Yeah, this was the point where the
Yeah.
MCU had peaked.
This, like, quality-wise, it hasn't got any higher.
No, it hasn't. I mean, there
Yeah.
have been a couple that have been really good, but not Infinity
Yeah.
War or
Yeah.
Endgame level. No.
And just like Spider-Man: Far From Home, I thought that was very strong.
Yeah.
I don't think there hasn't been a bad Tom Holland Spider-Man.
No,
movie.
there hasn't. No.
And
Which is the one that follows on as the end of Phase 3 after Endgame.
Yeah.
Which is also, maybe to say as well, Tony Stark makes the big sacrifice as well. To
yes, of
Yeah.
make the
course.
snap, but this time
But
instead of with Thanos,
we
it's
know
his
that.
army.
We all know.
Yeah, we all know.
We
that.
all like it's
Yes.
like we know the Love You 3000.
Yeah.
And
Daughter.
it's so
Morgan Star.
iconic it goes without saying.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, the other day, in real time,
Yeah.
that was when Tony Stark died.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was yesterday
Yeah,
or
just-
Wednesday.
Yeah, just think
Yeah.
about how it happens
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
So like
Today.
in timeline wise,
Yeah.
that's when it happens. That's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, no, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Mm.
But yeah,
Then there's also the irony as well, like how Thanos sacrificed Gamora to restore his daughter,
Mm.
Soul Stone,
Yeah.
to make his dream come true, and then Tony sacrifices his life for all of his friends and for his daughter to
Yeah.
not live in that world.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then we move on back to Tom Holland
Back
as
to-
Spider-Man.
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is
yes.
Yeah.
one of the best villains
Yeah.
that the MCU's
yeah.
ever had.
So
Yeah.
finally bringing Mysterio, I was so hyped.
I
Mysterio
know.
is meant to be one of the
And
biggest Spider-Man
to be honest,
enemies.
I think that Mysterio may have been better than all the villains in No Way Home because of how, like, that was a face. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it was so well done. I know, but like they didn't have as much time as Mysterio in Far From Home, and like the fact that this one guy actually beats Peter Parker, really,
Yeah, really.
by giving away his identity, and that's how, and it leads on.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how strong of a
and
device it was.
and how cool that they've actually exposed who Spider-Man really is. That Peter Parker is Spider-Man, you know.
And he had no powers.
Yeah.
He had no powers.
He had no powers. All he had was his illusion.
Yeah, and his drones and stuff, which is very current and actually very realistic.
Not to mention the fact, I'm just going to say it, Far From Home brought back, one of our favourite characters, J. Jonah James.
Yes, it did!
Post credits, honestly, J.K. Simmons back as J. Jonah Jameson.
I
One of the
know.
Best. I mean, it's a great shame he didn't get to be J. Jonah Jameson and Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, but
That's true.
He did want to be. I remember.
Like, and the fact that he's returning every single time now, like, with Across the Spider-Verse. He was even the Lego one.
I know.
He was the Lego one.
Oh, honestly,
I'm impressed with that.
He does us all proud.
Yeah.
Oh, he really does us proud.
Yeah.
He
Brilliant.
does.
But then one thing I think we have to say about Spider-Man Far From Home before we move on, of course, is how now with Marvel, the MCU, where we're going for the next few phases, they're talking about the multiverse, and that was hinted at in Far From Home.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting to that.
Just theoretically, though, that it was possible.
So now
Mysterio
we
said he
get
was
on to Phase 4.
Phase 4. It exists.
Yeah, it exists. Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
There
are some bad ones.
Yes.
Well, should we start with Black Widow?
Yeah, we'll start with Black Widow.
Yeah, just think how, Endgame, you saw her give her life, and now here she is again on the big screen.
With her family.
Yeah, with her family.
Hello, Mrs. Black Widow, you're back to us.
To be honest with you, Black Widow is a movie that should have been released in the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Because it's like
it's in that timeline.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
And
we just all saw her die in Endgame, and it's just like,
I think it's a massive disservice to Scarlett Johansson as well. And
yeah.
the fact that.
Do you think it's possible that it was released within that phase? Because in that time as well, her sister Yelena.
Yeah.
Also finally
Yelena, played by the wonderful Florence Pugh.
Exactly.
I love Florence Pugh.
Most incredibly talented actor I think I've seen very recently.
What a fantastic contribution to the MCU.
Yeah, exactly.
And Black Widow has a sister who's just as fierce and badass.
Exactly.
But maybe a little bit more, should we say, kind of the lone figure.
And that great cast for the whole family, to be honest.
Yeah,
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
I know.
David Harbour.
Yeah. Red Guardian. Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, despite what people say, I liked Ray Winston's villain.
Yeah.
I think it was an incredibly strong villain. And the fact that this character has basically traumatized Black Widow for life. And how higher they have this kind of massive deal with, what do they call them again? The young girls, which they
the Black Widows.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, they're called the Black Widows.
The Black Widows, the whole society of that. It's just it's pretty cool. But the worst thing was Taskmaster.
Yeah,
Taskmaster, not Greg Thingy, who does that. You know the TV show.
Yeah.
Greg Davis.
Yeah.
It's not Greg Davis and Matthew Horn from Taskmaster. it's so much of a stronger character in comics.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't get why they've done that.
Taskmaster is honestly one of Marvel's most iconic villains, and yet in this one, the character was just another mindless drone,
Yeah.
and it's just like, well, you're basically gone and ruined one of the best villains of Marvel.
It's like, oh, from like the superior characters, it's like, oh, it's the bad guy's daughter. Why not? Sure. Go
At
nuts.
least give her some lines. Give her some.
Yeah,
Give her some lines.
that's true. It's
Give her some lines.
just kind of there.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Give her a
Build
person.
on the
Give her a
character.
person. Give her personality because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, this is my daughter. She does not really talk much because I don't want to pay her that much for. She's a borderline extra.
Das wird dann, ja.
Yeah, Taskmaster for me.
I
was
want to
definitely-
pay her less.
Yeah, Taskmaster for me was definitely the most disappointing part.
Yeah.
I hope they do more justice
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
For the most part, I think it was really.
They might.
Black Widow and Yelena's relationship.
Yeah.
For me, that was the best part of the film.
Yeah, I think it was the family dynamic.
Yeah.
Was there a part where Yelena was kind of trying to sacrifice herself in that film, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
And then she stopped her. So
yeah,
you think about how, Natasha saves her sister, stops her from doing what she eventually did.
Yeah.
You think in
Yeah.
a sense maybe it's that she wants Yelena to now carry on where she left.
yeah,
And we do see her showing how dedicated she is to her sister later
yeah,
on
exactly.
in a future project.
Yeah, exactly.
But for now, let's talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, Shang-Chi for me was definitely one of the better movies we got from Phase 4.
It was good.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was the first.
It wasn't great.
It was the first martial arts
Yeah.
styled
And
MCU
that
movie
was-
we got.
That was one of the best things about that film,
Yeah.
martial arts.
I will tell you my favourite bit,
hmm
and I think you guys know already.
Yeah, is it?
It is a certain Mr. Ben Kingsley
Yep.
who
Yeah.
returns
Mhm.
as Trevor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is just an incredible character, and Trevor Slattery,
Yep.
aka the Mandarin,
Oh yeah.
who wasn't the real Mandarin because the Mandarin is in this film.
Yes.
Yep.
And his real name is Wenwu.
Yes,
Wenwu.
Wenwu.
And what power he has over
Who?
those 10
What?
rings.
When? Why is Gamora?
And what power he has over those 10 rings and everything. Like, seriously.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just it's a kick-ass karate movie.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
come on.
Think of all the best Jackie Chan
Yeah.
movies merged into Marvel
Yeah.
and everything.
Big time.
Yeah.
They didn't have Jackie Chan in films, did they?
No.
No.
That's my
No.
disappointment, I
Mm.
think. But
Yeah.
As I say, come on, we've got to also say the cameo for it. Wong.
Oh yeah, Wong.
Wong always shines in all of his cameos.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benedict Wong, what a legend.
I know. I know.
He's first there as a brief cameo at first in the arena where he obviously.
Yeah.
But then he returns at the end after Shang-Chi
Yeah.
and his sister have completed their quest to
Yeah.
now bring Shang-Chi and Katie with him now
Yeah.
to meet a few of the Avengers.
Yeah.
aka Bruce Banner,
Bruce
Hulk,
Banner and
Captain
Captain Marvel.
Because
Yeah.
they need to then see these 10 rings, and for one thing,
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's unfamiliar with them.
Yeah.
About how much of the galaxy and the universe that she's travelled across to discover things.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Big up to Aquafina and Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Two brilliant actors.
Oh yeah.
And also,
Hands down.
like bringing Michelle Yeoh, who is definitely one of the best karate, like kung fu
Mm.
actresses
By
out
far.
there,
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
which is a great representation of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well done, MCU.
Well
Well
done.
Well done.
So, something that isn't as well done.
Eternals.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Not
It
quite.
was a film.
It
was a film.
It was a film that
Yeah.
A
existed.
branch of heroes who apparently you would say, oh, were these like the very pre-Avengers?
Oh, you know, we're just going to make a Marvel version of the Justice
I mean,
League.
we're just gonna sit around. We're not gonna help.
Or do anything.
Like Thanos. Oh no, we're all right.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
not getting involved.
You can handle that.
Yeah, they go through all the time. They're not even aging at all, which essentially the Eternals, of course.
Like Thanos invades the planet and
I
they're
know.
introduced to these
He snapped his
like
fingers.
powerful godlike beings
And
who've
they
been
did
on
nothing.
Earth for years and they did nothing.
Right under,
So
right under our
stupid.
eyes and noses, and they did nothing for all history.
Mind you,
Uh-huh.
Karun.
Oh, Karun.
I have masses of love for that character.
Yeah. Who is not an Eternal, who has no powers really, but is very close friends and the, should we say?
Or does he not though?
He
might.
Right.
We never know. He might just have like multiple arms hiding with like loads of cameras.
I suppose, but I will say this: he does certainly survive all of his travels and encounters with the Eternals.
Yes, he does.
Now that is something he's definitely
That's something.
got to be awarded for and commended for.
Yeah. Thing is, with me and Eternals and everything, the whole Icarus turning bad and everything, it's just like, it's just a typical Superman go bad.
I actually likes it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought that was a good plot twist.
Yeah.
And the fact that he ended up killing Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
That I didn't expect that.
No, neither.
I thought that was good. But the whole like Icarus literally flying into the sun.
Yeah, that was a bit
on the nose.
Yeah. And also the whole and also this movie also brings a big problem that the MCU has now. You ever talk about the giant celestial head sticking out? Sticking out of
the massive celestial head and hand, which is sort of reaching out.
Sticking out of the hand. We don't really talk about that anymore.
No. What is that? Like, we don't know.
No. Yeah, you remember that giant celestial appearing in the sky and everything?
Oh, never mind. Right.
Let's talk about that. This is a problem. This has become a problem.
It has.
The MCU during the Infinity Saga felt so connected.
Yeah.
Phase 4 just doesn't anymore.
Everyone's all over the place. New characters.
It is.
Which is, I think, bringing new characters in has got to be something that Marvel Cinematic Universe has to keep doing.
Yeah.
But it has to be something, obviously, as you're saying, it needs to be something that fits. Like
The problem with Phase 4, they were releasing too much stuff. Didn't give enough time for the quality.
That was the beauty of the other 3 phases.
Yeah.
Like, they really took their time.
Yeah.
But now, alright, Phase 4 had more projects in any of the phases, and they did it in like 2 years.
It's messy.
Yeah, yep. It was messy. Yeah.
And Marvel movies used to feel like events.
Yeah, they do.
Now it's just like, oh yeah, there's another one.
Basically, they just feel like, got homework to do. Gotta watch another Marvel project.
Yeah. Basically, it's just like to keep going with these. Like you have to watch them.
Well,
it's like what happened with the CW.
Yeah.
There's so many of those, like on every single other day.
Exactly.
I was like, I don't have anybody got time for that.
No.
Absolutely not.
Well,
but I did have a lot of time for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes, and we were talking about that at the start.
So there isn't really anything that we haven't already said about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good film. Strong film.
Yeah. Very good film. Best of Phase 4.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This was a very divisive film.
Yes.
It was actually coming around the right time, I think, after Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because that's how the multiverse was finally, coming
introduced
to be
and everything.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
Sure.
So now here is Doctor Strange somehow finding out that the multiverse is real, that there are infinite realities.
Yeah. Like I really liked it. You know.
The best part for me was Wanda in that one.
Just Wanda going batshit crazy on everything. Like, it was great.
Full Scarlet Witch mode.
And also, Sam Raimi was incredible with the direction and the cinematography.
Exactly.
Like the horror aspects which they had, nailed it.
I think there's a guy that did the original Spider-Man trilogy.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Ironically, but then as well in the universe that Doctor Strange ends up in eventually, we then get to see some of the other iconic characters who
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Who have not been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
So
Patrick Stewart. We got Patrick Stewart back.
I know.
He came back. Honestly,
For
his
a minute.
introduction.
It was good though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you just think, honestly, his introduction would have really been, it would have really, gotten fans like screaming out of their seats. Yeah. The way he was introduced, and how we also then got another Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
but the Illuminati didn't really matter because we just wanted to see. We just were there to watch them all get massacred.
Yeah.
To
be honest, like from What If, because by this point, What If had already been. We're gonna get to the TV show.
Yeah, we will do.
Like Captain Carter, we already knew about.
Yeah.
So when she came along, to be honest, it was the weakest episode of that. I've got a lot of love for Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they did it well in What If.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't really mind if they got killed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say it. I love Hayley Atwell. I love Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love Peggy Carter.
Yeah, Peggy Carter,
but Captain Carter was
Yeah. Peggy Carter, I did prefer her when she had her own TV show. Like Agent Carter.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was just, like that What If episode wasn't for me. But, there was a lot of great bits in, I think they could have used Sparrow Mordo a bit more.
Yeah. Personally, I just wanted to be a bit more, violent and everything.
I think Mordo could have been, like, the big bad. One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
Because Wanda did a great job.
Yeah, exactly.
But because we haven't seen him for so long. We haven't seen Chiwetel Ejiofor back as that character for so long. It should have been more impactful.
Yeah, it should have been, but it didn't really.
It kind of sucked.
Yeah, dude.
And so I'm not saying Multiverse Madness is the perfect film, but it's not. Still good.
Yeah,
I think it's very strong.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think that's more because of Kevin Feige. I don't think that's anything to do with Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah, it's Kevin Feige. Yeah.
Because they've probably been made to put certain people in.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But Ben, guess what?
Oh.
It's your favourite film. You love this one.
Okay, I'm gonna let you two handle this one. I'm just gonna go now because
Fella, what did you think about Thor: Love and Thunder?
Well, I have to actually be a spoiler for, I'm afraid. I didn't watch the full film, but
Thor: Love and Thunder was the best Marvel movie ever. It had screaming goats. It had a okay villain because they didn't give him enough time. It had
a deleted scene that would have made it a lot better, but of course, Kevin Feige just wanted, let's add Hercules into the MCU. God!
Well, for one thing, I was the one thing.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think was quite happy about was that Christian Bale was in a Marvel film this time.
For Love and Thunder, possibly one of the weakest Marvel films.
It was a hate crime what they did to Thor, to be honest.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, I'm just going to make jokes every few minutes.
Yeah, it was.
And also, who knew that magical hammers could cure cancer? And have Natalie Portman just oh, okay, I guess I'm just going to steal the hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Thor. Why?
Oh, God.
Why?
Whenever I think of Thor: Love and Thunder, I basically think this movie was a pile of trash apart from its villain.
I did love Zeus though.
Zeus was good though. Yeah.
Russell Crowe, I've got a lot of love for Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And that's probably the only reason I'm going to go and see Craven Hunter.
Yeah, because Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
But that deleted scene I was talking about. Right, there was a scene where Zeus was revealed to be alive, and You know,
I know the lightning bolt.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
He was showing Thor how to use the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
And then he literally said to him, "Hey Thor, you know what? You were right. I was being a dick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
You know who did? No, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get
to that.
But yeah,
like
that would have been so much better.
I bet Kevin Feige was on the side just like.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what film I used to like because we're Disney. We're gonna have Hercules.
Oh yes,
Hercules. With that guy from Ted Lasso and like the other things.
Oh yeah. But to sum this one quickly along, and I mean quickly along, Thor: Love and Thunder has just basically turned Thor into an absolute joke.
Let's turn over a new page, shall we?
Literally, yeah. Well, maybe for you, but I'm still on that. Anyways, yeah, we've got different pages here. Like we've planned ahead, and Ben's just here. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
here. Yes, I'm just here.
So then then we're coming up to
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
And to be honest, Phase 4 had a strong ending with Wakanda Forever.
I think like the fact like Marvel are good at like their solo ones.
Exactly.
Where like Kevin Feige isn't putting his like sticky little fingers.
Yeah, exactly. The problem with the MCU now is because of Kevin Feige always trying to have all his fingers in all of his pies.
Yeah, did you see that he has said that they haven't even scratched the surface with Marvel yet?
Oh no, right. Ugh. Yeah.
No. Right. But yeah, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, I think was brilliant. It really gave the side characters a real chance to shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like
in the sense that poor Chadwick Boseman passed.
So this movie,
he was amazing.
This movie was a great way of honoring his memory. Yeah.
I agree. And like great villain.
Namor.
I think it brought this kind of like great rivalry between the different areas, which had the vibranium.
And also, I really like the fact that they changed Namor and his people's background from the city of Atlantis to like more kind of Aztec.
Yeah, that was cool actually. Yeah, and they made him out to be a real badass. And I think the film really made you see that like it was the journey of Shuri becoming the Black Panther.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic.
While at the same time giving the other characters to shine.
Like M'Baku,
Okoye,
and also Black Panther's mum, played by Angela Bassett.
Which she won a BAFTA. She won a BAFTA.
Did she win the BAFTA?
Yeah, I think she won a BAFTA.
Oh, nice.
That scene though, where she actually, what was it, demoted Okoye, that was...
that scene was just like,
gut-wrenching, really.
Yeah.
That when she's talking to, it's like the United Nations. At the start.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that
is.
Wakanda,
like, she deserved.
Definitely.
Those.
Wakanda has lost
She's definitely
their king, but Wakanda does not lay down their arms. Wakanda will never kneel or bow to anyone.
Oh, remembered.
Wow, yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And of course,
great
honour to Queen Ramonda.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett.
Thank you, that's their name.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yes.
It's just one of those things that like I just my mind went blank.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of love for Black Panther.
Yeah. So do I.
It's awesome.
Yes. And then of course, it's
the big plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
King T'Challa his legacy still lives on in his son.
Yeah.
Not to mention also we had
in T'Challa.
We also had a beautiful song.
Lay Me Down.
Lay Me Down.
And also Born Again.
Born Again.
Both by Rihanna.
No,
Fantastic.
The song's called Lift Me Up,
Lift Me
actually.
Up, yeah.
Lift Me Up, yeah.
What did I say?
Lay Me Down.
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. But yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, Lift Me Up. Yeah.
Yeah, Lift Me Up.
Yeah.
Wonder why I said that. That's weird.
And also, it was a great comeback for Rihanna because literally the amount of times I've listened to Lift Me Up and Born Again.
I can't
beautiful
tell you,
song.
honestly, I've just,
Beautiful!
I've read people's comments.
Beautiful!
I've just read comments from people saying they want Rihanna to do more songs again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should because she's talented.
Oh, incredible.
She's incredibly talented.
Hell, give her a role in it. She's
even
active.
Even if it's a cameo in the next.
She's done acting as well.
Yeah. But yeah, brilliant film.
Yeah.
I've got no notes. No notes.
No issues at all with Wakanda Forever.
Definitely not. So, are we going to talk about the television shows, or are we going to go straight on to phase 4?
I think we should talk about the TV shows because we're still on phase 4. Yeah.
So, we started off with WandaVision.
Yeah.
Which was very strong.
It was, yeah.
Like, this made me excited for more TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, you know...
Which, again, hasn't been
remembered. Which angers me. I loved it.
Yeah.
I did love it.
Yeah, so did I.
Like, the fact that each episode was, like, a different kind of, like, era of, like,
comedy.
Sitcom.
Yeah. Think
genius.
Think the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah, exactly. Very that. Like, different ones each time. Like, brilliant. And it was like the fact that it was Wanda's kind of like fantasy world,
while at the same time trapping the people in.
Like she was definitely in the wrong there.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
like she's like like she was a proper villain.
Yeah, she was.
You have to also understand as well that like you don't understand her motives, and honestly.
100%. No, yeah.
Who wouldn't want to do that though?
Yeah.
What she did.
I mean, she lost the person that. She lost the person that she loved.
I mean, yeah, but I get what you're saying there, Michael. It's that we always have to face the present.
Oh, like if you had those powers, if you had like. You would want to keep your beloved alive.
Yeah, exactly.
But if someone had those powers, you'd have to imagine them doing that. That's one of the things as well that they probably never anticipated Wanda doing.
I mean, we know that Wanda was the one trapping all the people there because of her powers as the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
But of course, who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all
who's been pulling every evil string?
It's been
Agatha all Like, Agatha Harkness. I'm very excited for their series.
Yes,
the nosy neighbor who
honestly, I'm a big fan of Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And seeing her play such a great villain as Agatha, I'm just thinking to myself, when is her TV show coming out? Because
how many times have they changed the name?
I've actually got what it's called now. It's Darkhold Diaries.
Originally, what was it meant to be? Was it not meant to be Covenant
of
Chaos?
Chaos.
I
prefer that.
I did prefer that as well. But interestingly, when we first found out who she really was, I did a bit of research, and Agatha's supposed to be like Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch's mentor.
She is. I did a little bit of research as well.
And also, fun fact: Wanda killed her in the comics, where in this one,
well, never too late.
Yeah,
never too late.
Well,
it might happen.
Trapped her into believing that she was who
it could happen.
But it could happen.
But anyway,
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
To be honest, I'm just gonna say it now. I did like this show, but to be honest with you,
I did.
This should have been a movie.
Yeah, I think the villains were too underwhelming.
Yeah,
like Jesus.
The Flag Smashers were weak villains.
I mean, come on. the one
Weak
villain,
as
the
hell.
one villain who's meant to really be back as the ally, Baron Zemo. That was one of the good points of Falcon.
He should have been the main villain.
He should have.
And I was really
And
excited for
just
him to
think,
be
it
the
seems
main
like they
villain.
snatched so much away from him because in the end he did
Yeah.
from in a prison
Yeah.
cell.
Big time.
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
just
come on.
unjust for this to Zemo. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
And like we said, we want him to return.
And then there's, of course, the Power Broker,
Yeah, who was?
Peggy's daughter for some
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah.
which was just. Did we really need that?
No, we didn't.
No,
really.
not, like I'm not bothered about that.
Not to mention the fact that they introduced who's Sam's portrayal of the new Captain America in a TV show.
Yeah.
What?
You know what's weird?
What?
Steve went back in time
Yeah.
and was with Peggy.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know where I'm going with
Oh.
this.
Yes, we know.
Like, was it like an alternative timeline?
Oh.
Or did
Yeah. A lot of those were.
Or did Steve actually make Sharon and he fucked his own daughter? I don't think that's what happened. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know what happened there. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Power Broker, folks.
Mm-hmm.
The Wakandans
No.
were good though.
Oh, Wakandans were brilliant.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And honestly,
And,
I would have liked to see us with Bucky. Really.
Yeah, it was nice getting to know
Yeah.
both.
Backstory as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but both that and
Yeah.
just Falcon and the Winter Soldier just bonding.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America.
Captain
Yeah,
America
exactly.
and the new
That-
Captain America.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I think he's well deserved a Captain America.
Yeah,
That's
They
fantastic.
definitely do bond in the end. That was one of the things you got to love about the ending, that he goes to like celebrate with him and his family.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just great.
Mhm.
Like, well, I mean, apart from the flag smashes, who were very meh. And
They were.
yeah,
Yeah, they were.
incredible. Like, I got bored when Oh, of course. I always forget his name. Civil servant, something like that. Is it US?
US agent. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
Also, Kurt Russell's son,
Yeah, exactly.
Wyatt Russell.
Exactly.
Yeah, like when he's just going to town on that guy's head.
know. Wow.
What a moment.
Yeah, it was like
It's brilliant. Yeah, like that was probably the best villain-based storyline.
yeah.
Oh, someone who's meant to be.
Honestly, I think it should have just finished with US agent as
Yeah,
the main villain
I
because yeah.
because they were incredible.
You get a sense that it could have. Remember, like all those like serums that made Captain America. He like
Yeah.
took one of them. Well, we didn't actually see him take it, but you just have to know he must have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's gonna be back in Thunderbolts, isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah,
That
he
was
is.
fun. Yeah, but yeah, moving on to Loki,
Season
which
1.
was incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Incredibly strong.
Just give it your low key perspective.
Hey.
Quoting Owen Wilson. The TVA.
Wow. Which he doesn't say once. Good for Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's give a round of applause for him not going, wow. I bet he has that in his contract. Like he doesn't want to be known as the wow guy anymore.
No, he doesn't.
So yeah. But I really like Loki. It's very refreshing.
Yeah, it
And-
is, to be honest with you.
And I really love the Sylvie / Loki
Yeah.
romance,
Loki.
even though sure it's basically him just being with himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh yeah, it
And
is.
like the fact that we got to meet Kang
Oh yeah.
as
He Who Remains. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Shame about the whole mess that's gone on, but like I've loved.
exactly.
I have loved.
You remember
I
when
love
he's
that scene.
taken to the TVA? They say it's because of him, like taking the Tesseract and vanishing from 2012
Yeah.
in that time period. But then he reminds them how he realized the Avengers were on a time heist as well. But then
Yeah.
says, "Oh no, that was supposed to happen. You escaping wasn't."
And we're going to get
Yeah.
to the whole Kang thing in a minute.
Oh, we're getting there. We're
Yeah,
getting there,
we
folks.
are.
We are getting there. We are getting there. Yeah.
But first, shall we maybe ask the question that maybe is in everyone's head when it comes to Marvel.
What if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if? Yeah.
Nice.
You see, there was actually a comic for Spider-Man that was What If, many years ago. Like,
Oh yeah.
Obviously the iconic death of his love Gwen Stacy.
What if it didn't happen or something?
What if he saved her?
Oh.
And then that's actually, as we said, how he was exposed in Far From Home. Well, if he saved Gwen, right?
Yeah.
She was shocked to see that he was Spider-Man, but then he was exposed to Spider-Man eventually.
Yeah.
Because of that.
That moment in Far From Home.
Yeah.
What a full circle moment for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. But anyways,
back to the animated series of What
yeah,
If.
it was good. There were some episodes which were very weak, like Captain Carter.
Doctor Strange ones, I think, rated as maybe among the highest. Like, what if he lost his heart instead of his hands?
That was good, yeah. That was one of my favourites. T'Challa as Star-Lord, that was one of my favourites as well. Let's think.
Well, in the episode with T'Challa's Star-Lord, you also see Thanos.
Yeah. It's Josh Brolin voicing him as well.
An ally. He didn't do what he did in the Infinity Saga.
Speaking of Thanos, they did Thanos so dirty in that show.
They did.
But yeah, actually.
Ultron just like, just like cutting him in half.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Mad Titan. You can't just do that.
No, you can't.
How the heck could Ultron do that?
I know, right?
Oh, shocking.
Did they kind of overpower Ultron though? They gave him the Infinity Stones to do it.
Yeah.
I think they did. Like Ultron was very good in that. Ultron was way better than he was in Age of Ultron.
I believe that. But it's just
like let's face it.
Yeah.
Like and the fact, like the whole like Ultron versus the Watcher was pretty epic.
Yeah, it was. I think the best part of What If was Jeffrey
Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's talk of a live action for the Watcher.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I really hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
But what would you say? Like, he has some sort of voice cameo at that Spider-Man No Way Home film when the sky rips open though.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't think he did, but I think you would have maybe gotten the sense that he should have been calling out or something.
Yeah.
Like, remember how he selects the Avengers from all the different universes and then brings them together to fight Ultron?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You have been chosen.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's really, the multiverse is now something that's going to be quite big going forward with the MCU now.
Yeah, that's true. Another character who did play a relatively big part in What If?
Yeah.
Hawkeye. Do you remember he was in the last episode?
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Hawkeye, great show.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yes,
It was a fantastic little Christmas adventure.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We got we got this really, like, I personally love the comics.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the comics, so the fact that we got like a true to the MCU version of Hawkeye, which I appreciated a lot actually.
Yeah, so did I. Really.
And the fact that he was training Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Great actress who played Kate
Hands
Bishop.
down. Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld, thank you. And they did everything right.
Yeah, they did.
I think never imagined I would see Vera Farmiga in the MCU, to be honest. Who played Kate Bishop's mother in Hawkeye.
Oh
yeah.
I never thought I'd see her in the MCU.
Neither, really.
But I know she's a very incredible actor.
What was she in?
She was...
Conjuring Universe.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in the Bates Motel series.
Yeah, she was.
As the mother.
Yeah.
Norma Bates.
Aye, Norma Bates.
Yeah.
I've mainly seen Psycho, to be honest, so I know what happened. I know what happens to her.
Yeah.
But
Aye.
Kingpin coming back. What a lovely little twist.
Yeah, exactly.
What a twist.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have been beaten so easily.
No, he shouldn't have. Definitely not.
What was the name of the other antagonist? The hearing impaired woman?
Oh, Maya Lopez.
Maya Lopez. Yeah, I know.
I nearly did the Jennifer Lopez. It is me, Maya Lopez. I'm sorry, guys. I had to.
It's fine.
Trey Parker can do it, and so can
I.
Yeah. Echo. Which isn't that's the character.
Yeah.
Who was in it?
Yeah.
We'll be talking a little bit about that later. I guess. Sure, why not? Yelena coming back at the end as which was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I thought her and Kate Bishop doing that fight was awesome.
Oh yeah,
Oh
definitely.
god, the elevator scene though.
Yeah,
No.
it's so cool.
Yeah, it
And
was.
like that show, hats off to Marvel because like
Yeah,
they
definitely.
just showed that they still do have something there.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I respect it. I respect it.
Exactly.
And then, hello, it's me, Stephen.
Moon Knight.
It's Moon Knight.
Of course.
That bloody accent.
Yeah, that accent.
Like, I mean, it's good that they explained that.
Yeah, it was. It was.
But like, I am
Yeah.
personally excited for Jake.
Yeah,
Jake
same.
Lockie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I am excited for that personality.
So am I. Yeah.
And like, yeah.
It's Oscar Isaacs, is it not? That's the Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Have you not
Yeah.
seen Moon Knight?
No, I have seen Moon Knight, but I'm just saying, like he was also the villain of X-Men Apocalypse. He was Apocalypse, remember?
Oh yeah, so he was, yeah.
He's played a lot of Marvel characters. For example, he was Miguel O'Hara in the recent
Oh man,
Spider-Man movie.
what an awesome film.
Yeah.
He was.
He was indeed.
He was.
He was.
Really was.
So,
Yeah.
I can't wait for him in the rest of it.
Same.
Beyond Spider-Verse.
Same.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, and also shout out to the fact that he did a song called Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. And what ended up being in like the 5th episode, a big old hippopotamus that talked.
To be honest,
Crazy things happen.
Yeah.
I think one way I really tried to kind of break Moon Knight out of myself is it's just like another kind of split personality
Yeah.
plot really. But don't get me wrong, I really loved the style of Moon Knight and stuff. And
I thought what's his name? Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
I thought that was a fantastic villain.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, so did I.
But,
the fact that he got his power. The fact that he got his power from like the Egyptian deity. Oh, what was it?
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because the villain of Apocalypse was also Egyptian.
Yeah.
X-Men. So now Oscar Isaacs is like furthering that, shall we say, cultural, that cultural entity.
Yeah, 100%. And the voice of Khonshu is an incredible actor who was in like my favorite live action movie ever, Amadeus. He plays Salieri. If you haven't watched that film, go and watch it because it's incredible. And like I thought he was a great addition to the cast as Khonshu. To be honest, I thought like really interesting character. And it was fun, and I'm looking forward to more of it.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, I only got through one episode. I didn't like it.
Oh.
I will say I got through the full series.
Chat away, fellas.
Well, let's just say, Kate Bishop in Hawkeye has no powers yet. I think people will definitely love her character more than Kamala Khan. Now, have you heard of the Avengers video game that came out for PlayStation 4? I forgot what was the full name of it, really. But she's in that as well.
I thought you were talking to the screen there.
But I've seen that as well, Kamala Khan.
To you lovely people out there.
So basically, Kamala Khan, she really idolizes Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Really looks up to her as such.
Why? That's my question. Why? She's just meh.
Why?
Well, you also, interestingly, the actor that did play Kamala Khan had no prior experience before doing this show, you think, and now she's bringing a new character into the fold.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Sorry, I just didn't.
Yeah.
She wasn't very good. I'm sorry. Like,
the show for me was boring.
I loved the dad.
Yeah.
From what I saw, I really liked the dad. I just felt bad for the dad.
As for the Avengers video game, I was saying she's in that as well, but she's like a big fangirl. But then she
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
yeah.
she then seems to find like, I don't know if it's some sort of destiny or if it's like an incident that happens that then gives her powers, but it's some sort of manacle, I think, if I remember correctly, she wears that gives her powers of, shall we say, was it creating like sort of shields and like stretching her limbs and as such,
Right.
So she is Miss Marvel. I think that's just the name she brings up because of how much she loves Captain Marvel. But
Stretchy.
Yeah, in the finale, I will say this: you should know, which is also going to be which I think is also the hint towards the next Marvel film next month, the Marvels. Basically, Kamala Khan is like she's spirited away from Earth, and guess who comes in her stead in her own house, in her bedroom, in fact, like switches places with her. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is there at the end. So she's somehow been zapped to Earth, and Kamala Khan is now wherever she was, and so that is like the backdoor for the Marvels film coming next month, which is also going to bring back
whatever. By the way, like Stan Lee's cameos.
Yeah.
That was something that was brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, like, the fact that they're gone kind of weakens the
Yeah,
MCU.
exactly.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's the Marvel film, which I think we'll talk about briefly soon.
Yes, anyway, moving on.
Anyway, please move on.
We are running out.
I wanted to talk about I Am Groot. Because I Am Groot is adorable. They're only like little 3-minute things. And it's just Groot getting up to loads of fun stuff. Vin Diesel still voices them.
Wow.
It's so cute. And like there's little cameos from like Rocket and like Star-Lord. It's just really lovely and I'd hugely suggest it. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I haven't seen it, but I will say this. I would rather watch a few minutes or maybe an hour of Groot just saying I am Groot or doing whatever he does with all of his friends having their cameos than several episodes of Miss Marvel and of course,
that's what we're on now!
Can I say it?
Oh, give me a second. I need to stretch for this one.
Yep.
Oh.
She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Oh, let's get ready to rumble. What the hell was She-Hulk? What the hell was She-Hulk?
One episode in, and then there was already so many complaints I was reading how she came to be. Honestly, just they get in a car crash and then
it's
just
patronising.
a drop of Bruce's blood gets into her wound.
The worst show ever made.
Just a drop of his blood.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so patronising to Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
To Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. Because apparently she does it infinitely better than him.
When she's not even
bullshit.
Hulk,
yeah.
Let's just say. And apparently she can control the transformation on her own when she's
I hate it.
And then she gets sued by Titania because She-Hulk's my name.
Should we go through the oh my god. Titania. I'm gonna trademark She-Hulk's name. Oh, it's so evil.
My name is
worst supervillain ever.
I know.
May I just say,
sweet Jeez Louise.
I'm pretty sure we feel sorry for him having to be part of it, but was Daredevil one of the only highlights?
To be honest,
I'll tell you who was the highlights.
Yeah.
And there's two of them.
I know who they are. Yeah.
It's Wong
Wong
and the legend that is. Oh my god, I've forgotten the name.
Madison.
I love Madison.
Same.
Wongers! Genuinely the best part of it, and it was a random drunk girl.
Yeah,
from
no,
a magic
right.
show.
Yeah.
What is that about? What? They messed up Daredevil as well.
Oh god, they did big time.
Leapfrog.
Leapfrog.
They made him go against Leapfrog.
Oh please.
I was actually wondering if they were going to bring into it, like the leader, the big Hulk villain.
You know what? Next.
Yeah, let's just
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But dear God, I can't talk any more about that.
The old 2003 PS2 Hulk game is way better than
Look,
that.
Look what I put. I put spits next to that. So
yeah. You know what, lads? Should we?
Get to phase 5?
No, not phase 5. I was gonna say, should we do phase 5 another time maybe? Because then we could really build up on like.
You know what? You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
So there's two more that I would like to talk about. Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night was a lovely little Halloween special that they did.
It was, yeah.
It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And
also
it was great.
And also, Apparently they're doing another version of it in colour. Which...
Why, Marvel?
Why? Yeah.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Like, it was great.
Yeah,
Black
it
and
was.
white. Like, it gave that sort of old Hammer movie
Yeah,
kind of...
exactly.
like, horror. It was great.
Yeah.
We all miss that today.
And, like, we just didn't need that.
No, we didn't.
And finally, everybody, also we got introduced to Man-Thing. I'm excited to see Man-Thing.
Oh, Man-Thing. Man-Thing was great in that. Like, oh.
But finally, the Christmas special of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm just gonna say it now, but I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. Let's go in.
It was great.
Oh,
It was lovely.
love Christmas. You know what? Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. I'm gonna watch it every single year because
Yeah,
it's
you know
just...
what?
How could you
I think I might as well.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Bacon,
Kevin
genius.
Bacon.
Like considering how much Star-Lord actually idolizes the guy.
Yeah.
It's actually to be himself, whereas he played the villain Sebastian Shaw of X-Men.
Yes, he
Ah,
certainly
yeah,
did.
he
He
did.
certainly
Yes.
did. Yeah, he's been in Marvel twice.
Yeah.
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 But
And it was
that's-
also a really nice bit of a solo mission for both Drax and Mantis.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we find out that Star-Lord and Mantis
are
are brother and sister.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But I like it.
Yeah,
Like
so
Peter
do
Quill,
I. Really
Peter Quill's-
good. Really
Peter Quill's
nice.
mother like him passed away when he was a child. Honor was taken away.
Yeah.
And you know the Guardians are his family, but now he actually does have
Yeah.
a long lost relative.
And like, yeah, it's really nice
Yeah.
and really sweet. And we get introduced to the dog. Is it Gizmo?
Cosmo. There we are.
Yeah, that like I feel like they should have been a bit of a bigger part in the third one,
Yeah, they should have been.
but there was a lot going on
Yeah.
anyways, and yeah.
There
Yeah.
was.
But yeah, I really like it. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And on that note, everybody,
Yeah. We're gonna.
I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been talking for a couple of hours now.
Yeah, we have been, but
But I think that's been a lot of insightful information.
exactly. And like we said, we are going to talk about the absolute shite that is Phase 5 in another video. Because
You know what?
Yeah.
I think we might be able to get like a whole episode
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
on Quantumania.
Definitely.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Quantumania
Yeah.
alone.
Yes.
alone.
But that is for next time.
Next
Yeah.
time.
So I've had fun.
Yeah, so have
I hope-
Yeah.
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 Good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, YouTube. Alright, YouTube. Alright, YouTube. Settle down. Yeah! Yay! Yeah!
So yeah,
Yeah.
I hope you all have a great well, if we don't catch you before Halloween, may we suggest Werewolf by Night? And
Yeah, exactly.
have a good one. And also, if you haven't listened to our horror one, then that might be a good one for Halloween. Am I right, Ben?
Yeah,
Am
exactly.
I right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. You what? Yeah, you weren't. You weren't there, but you are now.
Yeah, you're here now.
You
so-
are.
And I hope to continue being here.
Yeah.
I want to.
Kill him. no,
Exactly.
no. We wouldn't do that
And on that
in
note,
my house. No. So on that note, have a happy whatever, and live your best life. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
hasta la vista!
Baby.
That's all, folks.
Dedicated to the screens. Yeah. That's just a little like outro for now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, see you later.
Dedicated to the screens. Yeah. Bye.